Hello, good people. How are you guys doing today? Well, I am doing well. I'm doing well. We're going to do a real quick recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac. Season 3 is called Check with Chin Check, but it didn't sound like it wasn't no chin checking at all. It sounded like the check was, the girl didn't write the check because she couldn't cash it. You understand what I'm saying? It was actually kind of pathetic, too. You know, but she apologized. I think that they talked offline about it. I think that they got together and was like, look, we're not about to let them drag us apart. So let me go ahead on and tell y'all what happened, right? So the main conflict centered around Kay shifting stories about the confrontation with Angie. Well, Angel. Now, mind you, Angel came on the show as Kay's friend. So she brought her on. Now, it comes to a head at a group brunch, and Stacy also uncovers some gossip where she talks about Giselle and a new man in her life. And child, I went and Googled and seen him, and he's a young little something. So, Kay and Angel, of course, they're longtime friends. Finally confront the brewing tension between the chin check threat that Kay allegedly made towards Angela, and that's not necessarily how she presented it to Giselle. Like they of course they do the recap, but it wasn't like she was saying it in a way that Giselle went back and presented it to the group. But of course, that's how it's going to be because that's how the story is, right? So it originated with the last event. Giselle told Angel that Kay had claimed she needed to chin check Angel. Now the confusion came in where Kay repeatedly changes her story. First she denied making the comment, then she admitted to it, then she denied it again off camera, and then, of course, that leaves Angel and the other women confused and frustrated, right? So at the group brunch, Kay finally owns up to making the aggressive comment. However, when Angel accepts the apology, Wendy and Gazelle become annoyed, accusing Angel of being wishy washy. This causes Angel to realize her friends might be turning against her because you can tell during the episode that she was like frustrated. Like you could tell while she's sitting at that table, like she really just wanted to start swinging on them ladies. Okay, now the tensions between Kay and Wendy reach a boiling point during their little one-on-one conversation. So they meet at a park bench, and Kay tells Wendy that she feels that their friendship it's not authentic, right? She accuses Wendy of acting friendly only when the cameras are rolling, but like off camera, she kind of snotty, kind of just off putting or whatever. So the issue is further complicated by both women planning separate events for the Black Eyed Susan Day. Yeah, that's what the name of it was, Black Eyed Susan Day, at Preakness or something like it's like Freaknik, but not right. So Wendy claims her event is more legitimate due to a personal invite from the First Lady of Maryland. Now, when Kay brings up her concerns, Wendy laughs in her face, dismisses her claims, child. And Kay, she literally felt disrespectful. So she left. Like they left together, but she ended the conversation because Wendy was like laughing at her. You know how you trying to tell somebody, if you ever been in a predicament or situation where you felt like, well, I'm going to just tell them how I feel. And then they laughing in your face. See, me personally, I don't know how I'll be able to handle that because that'll tell me a lot, right? It's like if you're telling somebody something and they smirking, and you just like, why are you smirking? What you think this is a game? But anyway, so they left that, so it was no resolution to that. I do feel that even though Kay seems kind of needy as a friend, it's something there because somebody can say something to you, and even if it sounds, you know, like, oh, she didn't mean anything by that. Like the lady said, where she made a comment saying that you asked her, oh, did you do your makeup? And yeah, it's the way that it was presented because you can present something and be nice with it. Perception, perceiving and perception. That's all that matters. So let's see what else happened on this show. Let me see here. Da, 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 da. Oh, Stacy and Giselle. Because the episode really wasn't all that, to be honest with you. It wasn't all that. So Giselle is still skeptical about Stacy's paperwork, And so Stacy low key is kind of seeking revenge on some stuff. So during the lunch with Jazzy, Stacy revealed that Giselle is allegedly seeing a new man, a retired NFL player. I don't know if I should say his name, Sean Springs. If you Google it, Sean with an S, Springs, like National Springs Park, right? Colorado Springs, right? Okay. So Stacy complains that Giselle is judgmental of her relationship with her ex, but feels like it's hypocritical because you're not talking about your relationship, any of your relationships. You know what I'm saying? And how do you really judge a woman who decides to give her ex a second chance when Giselle gave her ex a second chance and that man did her dirty dog wrong, right? Right? Like didn't she leave with 3 kids under the age of 3? I'm just saying. So, Giselle, of course, she's planning a cash trip to Nevis, and Stacy, she just feel like, hey, there's gonna be a showdown going on. So I think in the next episode, Stacy's gonna bring up the fact that she's seeing that guy, and he's a younger guy. He's a handsome fella. But the group is also surprised to see, Kay on again, off again boyfriend Greg. He's at the apartment. I mean, at her condo, which is cute. She failed to announce that they had reconciled. They reconciled their stuff. They in their reconciliation type phase, right? So he's saying that he's there all the time, but they don't live together. So she has her space, he has his space, but they're together all the time. And then the episode it concluded with news of Wendy and her husband, having the arrest for the insurance fraud, and then the development that shocked Kay and was noted during an appearance on Watch What's Happening Live. So that's really it. The episode could have been more, but it wasn't. I mean, it, it was what it was, child. Let's see what else, cause I done kind of went through that real fast, cause it wasn't really worth nothing. Dang, 8 minutes, not even. Okay, I think I could talk about you know what? Let me tell you about Kevin Federline real quick. So Kevin Federline reveals how much money he finessed out of Britney Spears. Now I hope he ain't that silly. Let's read. Let's read. So Media Takeout has learned that Kevin Federline, we're just gonna call him Kevin throughout the rest of this. Kevin is breaking his silence like never before, and this time he's putting it all in writing. The 47-year-old former dance and ex-husband of Britney Spears, isn't that that's your title, ex? Is dropping a new memoir titled "You Thought You Knew" on October the 21st. Oh, that's tomorrow. Okay. And the book is filled with juicy details about their marriage, messy divorce, and what life was really like raising their 2 sons in the Hollywood spotlight. Federline, who was married to Britney from 2004 to 2006, just 2 years, and she had to pay this man $20,000 a month in child support for their sons, Sean and Jaden, plus another $20,000 in alimony. So he was getting $40,000 a month for a marriage that only lasted 26 months. Okay, okay. He could teach the girls. While reports at the time pegged his total divorce payout around 1 to 1.3 mil, Kevin insists that people have the wrong idea about the money. In quote, he says, people hear figures like that and think you're financially set, but the reality is far from that. He explained that living in Los Angeles and raising 2 kids in a secure and stable environment isn't cheap. He, end quote, raising 2 young boys in LA while maintaining the security and stability they need came with a price tag that would make anyone's head spin. Fredalon went on to say, he also pushed back against the long-standing rumor that he only married Britney for fame and money. He claimed the couple signed a pretty standard prenup before tying the knot, and that he was already working hard and to build a career for himself before meeting the pop star. End quote. I wasn't some bum just sitting around waiting for a check. Before our marriage, I was out there hustling, grinding, investing, working. And according to Kevin, the lavish lifestyle people associate with being Britney Spears' husband was not his reality. I was love. It was love, not luxury, he insists in the book. Kevin and Britney share 2 children, and despite their rocky past, he says his focus has always been on being the best father possible. It's about giving my boys a stable home, safety, and a sense of normalcy, he writes. These days, Kevin lives a much quieter life in Hawaii with his wife, Victoria Prince, and their kids. Oh, Brittany, meanwhile, continues to rebuild her career in personal freedom following the end of her conservatorship. I didn't know that he had remarried. Okay. Kevin's new memoir sounds like it's going to stir the pot. While he paints himself as the grounded parent who carried the weight of responsibility, fans are already debating whether this is a genuine reflection or another attempt to cash in on Britney's fame. Well, we already know what it is, because who else would write the book if it wasn't? We wouldn't even care about this book if Britney name wouldn't. If he was to write a book and Britney was nowhere in the book, we wouldn't even be talking about this right now. Either way, one thing's clear. Kevin Federline wants the world to know that behind the headlines, he was more than just Mr. Britney Spears. Sir, you will go down in history as the man that duped Britney. And that's it, and that's all. That's it, and that's all. Now, let's move on to Gucci Mane and his wife, and then we're going to get up out of here. So in his new memoir, everybody writing a book, episodes, Gucci Mane opened up about his mental health diagnosis, revealing he was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and schizophrenia. This week, the Atlanta rapper and his wife, Keyshia Ka'oir, sat down with the Breakfast Club where she talked about the way she deals with her husband's schizophrenia so the public doesn't find out he's having an episode. In quote, she says, I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do, I delete Instagram, I delete everything. Even if I got to change his passwords, I'm changing it because I don't need the public to know he's having an episode. You realize you'll never know about any other episode since September 13th because I control that. You're not going on Instagram, you're not going on Twitter, it's deleted. I just control everything at home. Now, before the episode come, I catch it. So that's why he hasn't had another one. So let's see what she says. Let's listen, kitten. Let's listen. Hello.
What made you not run? Because you could have ran. You could have been like, I'm out. Nah, this ain't for me. But you stood 10 toes down and said, I'm going.
I experienced him going through episodes before we were married. And I was like, man, somebody got to help this guy. Mm-hmm. It was really, really bad. It's really sad because you're seeing someone you don't know. They're saying things to you that are disrespectful, so mean, and you have to just like, but I'm not talking to Gucci. Who is this person? Right. So I felt like if I left, he wouldn't have been the same. He needed someone to help him. And then when we were supposed to get married, someone said to me, you're going to have to deal with this through your marriage, right? And I'm like, I'm cool with it. I'm going to fix him.
How heavy was it in the process of trying to help him get better?
There was one point I had to just go on my knees and pray because it's like, he's like, I don't like you. I mean, the things he would say are really, really bad. And I just have to, like, take a deep breath. Like I said, I'm not talking to you right now. You want to sit here and be crazy alone? I'm not going to allow you to be crazy alone. Yeah. So, like, I have to, like, set a plan up. Like, at one point, I called his attorney.
I don't know, ladies. I'm not about to go through all that. Sometimes I be wondering, do people stay with the person because of who they are or who they want them to be? And, you know, let's use Jay-Z, for example, right? You're more willing to fight for that relationship than, I don't know, some guy off the street. We're going to call him Sam. You know, Sam cheating on you and doing all this, you're probably willing to let him go. He having manic episodes. You're like, Sam, I'm not about to put up with you and all this craziness. You ain't got enough to keep me here to deal with you cussing me out, making me feel bad about myself. However, you get Gucci Mane and you might be willing to take those B's and those W's and those H's and all that other stuff. You get what I'm saying? Because you done attached so much to this that if you let it go, you just feel like, well, what else is there? Because the way she's saying this, let me let her finish.
I called some bodyguards and I just planned a whole kidnap, and we kidnapped him and took him to the hospital because we could not get him to the hospital. And he was trying to fight them and everything, but it was 6 of them. He couldn't handle it. And we threw him in the car. He would try to jump out of the car, so we put him in the center of the car.
Y'all don't think that's too much? You got a kidnap. Listen, I understand addiction. I get it. But god damn.
You know? And that was like his last episode.
That's a 5150, right? That's what they call it? When you go to the, like,
Yeah, but they try to do things where he could sign himself out, and I'm like, he's not signing. Like, I'm stern with him. He's not signing himself out. I'm his wife, and I'm his power of attorney. He ain't going nowhere. Like, I have to be strict. It's kind of like you have to go in mother mode, you know? And
Exactly. That's her son and her husband. I don't want to. Ooh, I was about to say something.
and put your foot down.
Were you ever scared?
I was never scared he would hurt me. People were scared for me, but it's a scary moment. Yeah.
I will say this. Looking at this video, and if you go to the Breakfast Club, then you'll see it. She looked like she got a lot of the lip fillers in her face because her face looks very, very, very puffy. Very puffy.
That when she's scared, she's like, I'm not scared of you.
I tell them all the time, I'm not scared of you, so we gonna figure this out. Like, I have to get gangster with him because and I'm like, all right, we gonna see. Yeah. Let's do this. You know?
Yeah, I guess it's funny, but I don't think that is cute at all. The model and entrepreneur went on to describe just how bad things got in the episode, explaining how Gucci acts. So went through that. Charlamagne had referenced a recent interview with Kim Kardashian, who said on Call Her Daddy that during her marriage to Kanye West, he would give away luxury cars to friends while going through a mental health crisis. Gucci admitted that he would do the same, but with jewelry. In quote, he said, I gave away jewelry. Jewelry cost so much. I would give my friends jewelry. They knew I wasn't well, and they'll take it. Well, they don't know that you that not well. You get what I'm saying? Like, you might want to give me it. So my friend is high off of cocaine or something, and they want to hand me $150,000 Audemars watch. I can't take it because they high. They'll see me the next day with the watch on. Then they can say something like, girl, you know I wouldn't. Oh, here, take it back. You gave it to me. I didn't know. Look on the video, because I'm going to record. You giving me this watch, right? Both of us in the camera, right? Yeah. The rapper went on to explain that his friends taking advantage of him in that way led them being cut off once he made it out of jail. In quote, he says, they know something going on with me, but they'll take it. When I got out of jail, I cut off all my friends. I'm like, damn, they was taking advantage. So then let's see, what else he say? He say something else. Hold on now.
For you, what was it like just trying to protect the business that you guys have built while
I have a system.
personally?
I take his apps off his phone. First thing I do, I delete Instagram. I delete everything. Even if I got to change his password, I'm changing it because I don't need the public to know he's having an episode. You realize you'd never know about any other episodes since September 13th because I control that. Because you're not going on Instagram, you're not going on Twitter, it's deleted. You know, and I just control everything.
When I tell you her face looks swollen, like I'm not saying, listen, it looked like she'd been fighting in a boxing match.
At home, and now before the episodes come, I catch it. So that's why he hasn't had another one. And how you catch that is he doesn't speak to you. He wants to be left alone. He don't eat. He does not sleep. Text messages, there's a period after each word. And I'm like, you're going through an episode. You're sick. No, I'm not. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Why do you think that? You're not speaking to me. Well, there's nothing to talk about. I said, well, that's not how you speak to your wife. And I'm like, you're sick. And we snap out of it right then.
Wow.
You know, we heard Kim this week say how Kanye.
That girl is his handler. That boy is in jail.
Just used to give away their cars and stuff. He would go through episodes. In the book you talk about, I did. You just used to be giving away stuff.
I gave away jewelry.
Money.
Jewelry cost so much. You know how much it cost for jewelry? Like, I would give my friends jewelry, and like they know I went well, they'll take it.
Damn.
That's why, I felt like, damn, they know something's going on with me, but they'll take it. So like, when I got out of jail, like I cut off all my friends, my old friends. I'm like, damn, they were taking advantage.
I wonder what the psychology is behind that.
Given in a desperate need. I think that's kind of like how you will find a lot of people with less, they offer more. I don't know about in your circle, but for a family that I have that I know like aren't financially doing well, they always have their door open. They, are the most humblest people. So let's see what they say.
Yeah, like, why when you going through an episode, you
Give
feel
away
like,
money and I don't know.
mm-hmm.
You don't care
It's not
about
your
nothing.
mind. Because money don't, it's not, you kind of like in a warped world.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like, it's a psychosis, you know what I'm saying? It's not, you dealing with stuff like, you hearing voices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have voices.
And you hearing voices too, like, it's telling you to, you might think that Charlamagne I might think that you trying to fight me, you ain't even did nothing. You be like, bro, I ain't did nothing to you, what's wrong? Like, I'll be like, trying to fight you, Charlamagne, like, you did this, you know what you did, you stole something from me. You be like, bro, I ain't stole nothing from you. But in my mind, I'm like, it's the truth. So that's what I used to deal with.
How did therapy and the self-work change your relationship with anger? And like, do you still wrestle with that same inner voice that you talk about?
Now, I have inner voices, but my inner voices aren't dangerous. My inner voices are like, what you want to eat today? I don't know. What you want to eat? We had chicken earlier. I am clucked out. I don't want no more chicken. Okay, well then let's make tacos. You sure you want tacos? Yeah. We got taco shells in there. That's kind of what my inner voice be talking about.
Throughout the book?
I don't. I don't. It's like I seen a therapist. I gotta start taking medicine that prescribed for me what she thought, and it worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't had any other problems.
I always wondered when people have episodes, what sparks it, right? Do you know what sparked the episodes?
What's going on with DJ Envy and them charges? Is he completely cleared from that? Okay. I'll take y'all silence as he completely cleared from that. Carry on.
I think drug use
Stress,
and stress, not sleeping combined. It wasn't just like, okay, I drank the lean. It was also I'm drinking lean, and I had like 5 or 6 charges, open cases. So I was so stressed out. So, I'm going to the studio and work. I got all these artists. I'm steady working hard. You know what I'm saying? So from the outside looking in, you'll think that I'm not fazed about it. Mm-hmm. But it's almost like I pushed the cases out of my mind. You see what I'm saying? But it's still a stress. But I'm just not dealing with it. I'm not talking about it. I'm just like acting like it's never gonna happen. Like court not gonna never happen. But that's a big.
Was he scared straight? Is that what it is? I do believe he was scared straight. So Gucci also opened up about his infamous tweet, now ex-friend. He went on in 2013 where he called out Drake, Nicki Minaj, Rick Ross, and other music industry and others in the music industry. The rapper attributed it to being unwell, saying that the incident weighed super heavy on him until he was able to apologize to everyone. In quote, he says, I was super embarrassed and hurt by the things I said because I wasn't well then, right? So then I got locked up. So a lot of those people who I was saying stuff to, I was like, they ain't gonna never mess with me no more. So even when I got out 3 years later, I apologized to Rick, Drake, Nicki, like all of them people that accepted my apology. They don't know it's like a weight off my shoulders.
When you break down in the book that September 13th episode, right?
Yeah.
And you said you don't even remember a lot of the things that you said. Did you have to go back and say, you know what, let me fix some of those situations?
Yes.
And who did you call first to say, let me fix that? Because we were on air that morning.
Yeah.
And we just remember, it's like, damn, Gucci just going crazy on everybody. And the sad
tweeting?
Yeah.
I was super embarrassed and hurt by the things I said because, like, I wasn't well then, right? So then I got locked up. So a lot of those people who I was saying stuff to, they were like, they ain't never gonna mess with me no more.
I like his outfit he got on.
Mm-hmm.
So even when I got out 3 years later, I still was like, I apologize to Ross, Drake, Nicki, like all them people accepting my apology. They just don't know it's like a weight off my shoulders because I had been like, because I was wrong. Like Ross hadn't did nothing but help me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I said something about him. Birdman did all this stuff for me. Why would I say something about him? So I felt bad. You know what I'm saying? I felt terribly bad, and it was just eating me. It was like it was super heavy on me. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize to everybody. Everybody that would accept my apology, I apologize to everybody who would accept my call. I apologize to.
You know what? We haven't had not one leaked call about Gucci Mane running his mouth about any of his artists or any other celebrity in this industry. So big up to him on that. Because after that Thug situation, child, So Gucci's memoir, Episodes, which was released October 14th, was co-written by music journalist, and author Kathy Idle. The book, which chronicles his life and mental health issues, is also accompanied by a 23-track album of the same name. Okay, cool. So fans get more than just an album; they also get a little music. That's cute. That's really cute. So yeah, I am going to go ahead on and close this out because we are at the 25-minute mark. So I would love to thank you guys for clicking on the video. Please share, like, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. If you hear me again after the music ends, that means this is a repeat, and thank you for being a part of the replay gang. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
Oh, I know.